Well, hi, Jibber's I'm back. 41 years of Mills and Boone, and this is, I actually searched this out, actually googled Mills and Boone interracial relationships. Okay, because I'm kind of curious to see how it's kind of approached the different kind of dynamics, and this is apparently one of the most popular. It became Mills and Boone Book of the Month. I'm not sure which month, but the book was published in 2011. So hey, it's by Maisey Yates. It's called The Highest Price to Pay. Okay. Mills and Boone Modern. Here read the blurb. When Ella's failing business comes wrapped up as part of Blaise Chevalier's recent takeover, he plans to discard it in his usual way with surplus goods. Then he meets Ella. Cast from the same fiery mould as he is, she makes an intriguing adversary. Perhaps he could have a little fun with his new acquisition. As proud and strong as she is beautiful, Ella is determined to prove Blaise wrong about her business and her worth. As long as she hides a hint of vulnerability and denies a flick of attraction between them, that's when she catches her enemy's eye. Okay, so Ella is a business designer and she owns like her own boutique, and then Blaise basically buys her loan. And he just turns up and says, "Hey, what's yours is now mine." That's it. Okay. Now, interesting, obviously, because he shows up in her boutique one day, and the way Blaise is described. Now, obviously, he is an African man. He's from Malawi. He's raised in Paris, and it's interesting how he's described. Now, this bit here is to describe Blaise. Okay. He is famous in Paris, or rather infamous, wealthy and admired as beyond handsome with his deep mocha skin and striking toffee-coloured eyes, perfect bone structure, good enough to be a model, except he didn't possess the androgynous quality many male models did. No, Blaise was utterly masculine, tall and broad-shouldered, with a physique that was meant to be wrapped in an expensive custom-made suit. Right. So basically, he's a billionaire playboy. Okay. So, Batman. Okay. I don't know. I don't. It's difficult way to describe a character like this in a way trying to make it sound attractive, but not kind of fetishize him. And it's kind of like a delicate balance. And sometimes I don't think Maisey Yates really gets there that well, okay? Or the way that she describes the different kind of skin colours. It's good that it's established, obviously, well, the front cover establishes that. But it's a kind of line between kind of like fetishizing African culture and men and the stereotype. Right. So, right. This is But the thing is, this is obviously sort of dynamics came between Ella and Blaise, and I absolutely love the name Blaise. May have read too many Dantes, but I love Blaise as a name. Okay. Right. This bit here. This is Ella's description. Yes, she was beautiful. Fine bone structure, bright blue eyes, overly enhanced now by thick line of blue pencil, drawn all the way down around and making them look wilder and more cat-shaped. It was obvious she had no problem drawing attention to herself. She was wearing a short black dress that displayed her long shapely legs with perfection, and ornate ankle boots with buckles and a cut at the toe that showed off her shockingly pink toenails. Sub a lush, updated stomach. He dismissed it. This wasn't about lust, this was about business. He learned long ago to separate the two. Learned to never let desire lead him around like a dog on a leash. You kind of see. So Ella is, she's pretty, she's slim. But also, one thing, and this cover doesn't show this, she's also heavily scarred. She was in a house fire when she was a child. And it's scarred her skin, which is something she has to work on because she's now in her mid-20s. And yes, she is, to say, good unicorn in a Mills and Boone. Where Blaise is obviously all man. So, yes, you get where this is going, don't you? Right. So... And it is interesting because obviously Ella wants to keep control of her business, but her 5-year plan, Blaise is like, well, hey, I've got the money, I've got the resources, I can make your 5-year plan happen in 2 months. I can make you essentially famous. Right. Right. Here we go. And also, Blaise's mentality of Ella is in his mind. Okay, she is the sport. Even said it herself. Okay, there's lots of misconceptions about these two people, which I kind of like, because Ella knows about Blaise on the society magazines and the fashion pages, and Blaise's opinion on Ella is, Ella business loan was rolled in with the others who wanted to purchase, had been unloaded as quickly as possible. He hadn't had time to waste it on a spoiled little rich girl playing at a career that suited her ideas of over-the-top glamour. Right. But Here you go. Right. The bottom line was profit and all that mattered, and he would wring out every ounce of possible profit possible out of the Ella Stanton label. See what I mean? Or business. He's there for business. He's there to make money basically out of her. Okay? Right. But obviously Blaise being the businessman, they start to kind of get involved in each other's world, and Blaise sees the world of organised chaos, starts to notice her scars and just kind of open up about them. And it is quite interesting as well, because okay, Blaise is business, but everything about him is business, okay? There is no pleasure. Okay, and Ella has to kind of like make him kind of liven up a little bit in her own little way. So I'm becoming so serious. It's a hit. Right. Right. I was thinking of Times Square billboard and the cover of Flirt magazine. She coughed. What? I know the editor for the magazine. She said if I could get a look from you that would go well with the spring editorial, she would use it as an ad and a cover. I told you I could turn your 5-year plan into a 6-month plan. I'd like to interview you too, do and design a profile. Okay? Right. It's kind of exposure that she dreamed of and dreaded, the kind that would give her the success she knew she was capable of, the kind that would give her a lot of exposure, both personal and private. Okay? But also, this is to do with her scars. Okay? It's to do with her scars. And Ella is actually deeply traumatized by this, and it is kind of interesting, okay, because the fact is this book is not long. It is about 100. It is 187 pages, but it kind of has to throw a lot in there. Blaise and Ella, business adversaries. He owns her business. He won't own her soul. Okay. The scars on her body. Something that Blaise did, which I actually liked. And I'm gonna kind of put this book down. Okay. One thing I did like, because typically in Mills and Boon novels, is normally sometimes the lead man is jaded because his long true Lenore, okay, his one true love, slept with typically someone, a friend, a family member. This time it was Blaise. Blaise slept with his brother's fiance, and they were together for a year. So it's Blaise who did the cheating. Now that's rare in the Mills and Boon. I was quite surprised when I read that. Okay, and the brother actually forgiven Blaise. I'd like to see this from like the brother's point of view as well. I just want to find that's interesting, okay, that Blaise, due to his father's issues, just grew up with a hard heart. I thought he could take it all, and turns out no. So Ella melts his frozen heart that day. Anyway, back to Ella. Right. She hated the scars, still made her feel that way, no matter how much she pretended to be fine with them. She still hated when she saw them when she looked in the mirror. Hated to feel them beneath her fingertips when she scrubbed herself in the shower. Only one man ever put his hands on her scars, and that had only been with the intent of humiliating her, would have been thoroughly had a kid at school. Mother and father stopped touching her after the fire, and their loving embraces and no casual brushes of the hand left from a cold distance as they wrapped themselves in their guilt. Even her pain was about them. Right. But she's getting her awakenings. She's feeling fire. The fire in her soul. The fire in her soul. Okay. So anyway, Blaise and Ella go to these dates. Okay. We're not to dates, it's to a charity event. And the thing is, Ella is all business. Okay. She basically wants to be all business. She's basically trying to say, I am a proud woman. Okay. I am a proud woman. I can pay for myself. Okay. Right. Over here. Right. Right. I want to buy my own dinner, she said, winching as she thought of giving up that amount of money. It's a good cause, and I'd like to support it myself too. So it was little too late that she'd agreed to go with him. How could she not? He was right, and the web traffic didn't lie. If being seen at the club at a minor celebrity's birthday bash was enough for her to make the news, this would do even more for her. Yes. So even though, okay, she is against, in a way, okay, Blaise helping her, she is still kind of seizing on the opportunity. The kind of, Blaise can give me this and I'm still going to take it, but I'm kind of do it on my own level, but it's obviously not working, okay, because sadly, Ella's trying to keep the power. She doesn't really have it anymore. And it is kind of like a kind of power battle going on, okay, between her head and her heart, okay? Right. It's interesting, well, okay, because she's trying to learn more about Blaise too. And the fact is, in her head, Blaise is this cynical monster who, you know, stole his brother's fiance and just is all bad. But it turns out, no, in Malawi, where he's actually from, it's bit here, okay? Right. In my opinion, the natural beauty you find here is unmatched, but there's so much to do as far as helping the people with the quality of life. It is better now, he said. I've been working on improving the infrastructure, the roads, trying to make things more accessible, that's been another challenge. Healthcare facilities, hospitals, clean water systems. Here there's always more. He sounded tired. She didn't think she'd ever heard him sound tired. You've done all of that? He's tried clear and comfortable with the subject. I've done small things. Is that what anyone would do? Except it wasn't. And one thing I liked is the fact is that so many people do charity as a way to show off. Okay, it is actually pointed out in this book, okay, that no one in the media knows about Blaise's charity work in Malawi. He keeps that quiet. He keeps that personal, and I like that. It's really kind of refreshing because this has all been about Blaise. Basically being a showman, being the businessman. Okay, going to his charity event, and spending £1,000 on a plate. Okay, this is more down to earth, and I actually liked that. It felt more sincere. See, I actually like these dynamics, and also one thing I liked is the fact is that Malawian heritage is never really portrayed a lot in books like this, and with the people members that we see, it's described as beautiful. The people described as wonderful. Blaise has obviously his own like home there, and it's actually really nice descriptions. It actually made me want to visit Malawi. So put that on the list when we could travel again. But yes, I thought that was actually a really nice touch. So, right. But obviously, okay, Blaise and Ella are getting more together, having their awakenings, and yeah, here we go. Right. And of course, obviously in the Mills and Boone, Ella is the sacred unicorn, but she's also emotionally scarred, physically and literally. Right. Relationships, love, all that seemed something that would happen later, but she was 25 and it hadn't happened, because in her mind she had always imagined herself to be with a man and looking beautiful, perfect, and while logically she'd always known that would never be. A part of her had always been clinging to that insane hope. But she wanted Blaise, and he might reject her, so any man she might not want half as much. It was all or not at all. She had to take each step to claim her life. Fire had taken so much from her, and she was seen now, that she'd given it even more it would taken. Right, so Ella claims her fire. She goes after Blaise, okay? She gets her awakenings, okay? And a nice touch is that the first time is lights off because she's insecure about her body, which I thought actually was actually nice. A nice, kind of like a realistic moment, okay? And later on, obviously, and they're at it like dynamite. However, typically after this, as with a lot of Mills and Boone novels, is that it falls apart a little bit. Blaise and Ella are kind of like getting like together. They're kind of getting on. They're finding more about each other, and then Blaise has to go to like a business meeting. It's just a business thing, and Ella is, you don't want me to go. What, are you ashamed of me? It is literally like that. Okay, right. I'm attending a social gathering tonight. His voice closed off. A party, a gathering of people. Yeah, a party. She gripped her phone tightly, her palms thick with sweat. You don't want to take me. It was a stupid question. She'd be let her insecurities show like that. She would be so insecure. I didn't think you'd be interested. I'm going to talk business. And if I had a business function to attend, would you expect to go with me? Yes, he said without hesitation. He said double standard. Double standard, he said why? I didn't say I was right. I simply said I would expect to go with you. You implied that you were right, he said acidly, because you always think you're right. True. Hey, but she thinks it's because of the scars, and it's not. Basically, it's a bit of a weird moment there. But Blaise basically is all man and all masculine. It makes it clear, okay, he doesn't really hold back with his statements, no matter how much across, okay? You know what you're getting with. Even though he's brutally honest, yes, Ella, if you go into a business meeting, I expect to go with you, but you can't come to mine. But he's honest about it. But the fact is, Ella is misconstrued this, okay? As you don't want to go with me to come with you to this event because of my scars. It's actually not that. It's because it's filled up with it's gonna be dickish people there, and Blaise knows that. But Ella still goes, and some guy tries it on with her. Okay. Yep. Right. And Blaise isn't happy. Right. Right. But obviously, okay. Blaise, and this is like the final ad. Blaise and Ella argue. This bit here. Okay. Right. Is that what bothers you most, Blaise? Discover that you are a man, not a god. that you shouldn't like everyone else. I'm glad that you are, because I needed a man to show me what I was missing. I needed a man to make me feel beautiful. I needed perfection. I needed someone who could understand me. She put a palm flat against her chest, and you did. You were there for me. You made me see. You made me see everything I deserve. Everything I spent the last 11 years denying myself out of fear. I'm not afraid now. That's all because of you. Right. You're wrong, Ella, he said. His voice hard, unsteady, because he seemed to think you keep digging, you find some hidden depths. But the truth is, I have nothing more for you, and nothing more for anyone. Right. So, Ella makes this big declaration, and Blaise is like, no, I'm not that person. Even though we've seen his charity work, we've seen actually he's quite a good guy. He has made some horrible mistakes, but he's been forgiven for them. But yeah, it's Blaise who has to kind of like really kind of reconcile himself. Nice touch. And obviously it ends with the proposal because it's in the Mills and Boone. However, one thing I really would have liked, and it sounds really, really bizarre, okay, but at no point in this, okay, does anyone mention the fact that it's an interracial romance, which is very, very refreshing, okay? But at the same time, all of these articles that come out are also positive, okay, about these two. Now, sadly, there would have been something in the social media about this. Not everyone would have been so positive about that, and I think that would have been nice to kind of touch upon about that too. So, but obviously that didn't. So you think there'd be a conflict about that, but there's not, which is refreshing, but not realistic, sadly. Oh, but hey. But it was nice actually reading one with an interracial romance because it's so rare in the Mills of Mid. I think maybe one of the first in 2011. So I did enjoy that. And I actually liked though in a way, okay, the race played no factor in this at all. So so obviously compared to a lot of books or where we live now, that's not realistic, but it's nice to indulge in a world where no one cares about these kind of things. So Maisey Yates, the highest price to pay. I enjoyed it. It's well written, and give it a shot. It's different, and it's a nice twist in a contemporary Mills and Boone hero. So sign off here. Ciao.